Look, over there. Good. We can explore the river now, and hopefully right some old wrongs.
What is your unfinished business?
I left something behind, near the falls.
Your wedding site? Now why do you want to be going back there?
To be free of the bonds of my marriage. And to Asgard.
I think you severed that a long time ago.
Not completely. Not enough.
Guide us.
My people settled this river many ages ago. Thousands traveled it on pilgrimage to the shrine of worship. But then the Aesir came. This is all it's
Another one! Left side!
on your guard, Kratos! It's regaining strength!
Patience is piety.
What is wrong?
Please, leave me to my prayers. I await Freya, the great healer.
I am here.
She will cure me. I have been a loyal follower. She would not abandon...
I am Freya. What do you need?
Only she can cure my sickness. With mangold, mire, and poem.
We must help her.
She demands a cure. She is dead.
She is trapped here, ignorant of her own death. If we bring her what she needs, she'll move on.
You're certain?
I'm not going to do nothing. She needs mangold, mire, and palm. We should find something. Well done. What did you find?
As you asked.
A Noken song! Be wary.
Get that thing to shut up! Behind you!
Brother, get up! Brother! A Noken saw. Be wary.
That will shut it up!
Watch your right! Brother, get up! Brother!
Pinokin song. Stay alert.
Alpha!
Left flank! Brother, no! A Noken song. Weary.
That will shut it up! Alpha!
Good show!
Alpha!
Right side!
Come on, Kratos, get up!
A Noken song. Be wary.
That will shut it up! Don't let it heal! Alpha!
There's frost in my neck stuff!
Kratos, we need you!
Pinokin song. Stay alert.
Nothing good can come of this noise! Don't let it heal! Rot!
open, so be wary.
Must stop that token from singing!
Behind you! Incoming!
It's unstable! Get back! Got him! The Alpha!
Tilly! You alright?
It's unstable! Get back! The Alpha!
Did you recognize her? The sickly spirit.
No. There was a time I could recall the face of every one of my people, but... sometimes I wonder if gods live too long.
I once felt the same.
Anything interesting, brother?
Could be useful. Looks like that worked. Well, that did it. That's everything. I need. Let's return to the Sixth Spirit.
You would cure the dead.
I promised I would take care of my people.
Not even remember her. Nor she you.
And?
Let us return to the spirit.
Have you finally...
We have collected the...
Could this be...
I am...
I knew you would return. Hey,
Thank you.
thank you.
Shall we continue?
Yes.
Freya, something your brother said. The Aesir burned him.
Yes. We weren't yet at war, but relations with the Vanir and Aesir had been hostile for ages. Freyr got it into his head that he could improve relations by sharing our magic with them. Vanir techniques for bountiful harvests, enough to feed their whole population. Getting set on fire was the thanks he got.
That's true. The Aesir were too undisciplined and impatient for the subtlety of Vanir spellcraft. So when things went wrong, they blamed their teacher.
So Freya was a guest when Odin burned him.
Not exactly. Odin didn't mind locking Freyr up. He saw the potential of the magic and wanted to know more than how to improve crop yields.
Enough talk for now. Be ready. Despite his actions in Midgard, Atreus does still care for you.
I know. I raised a son, too. It may be hard to believe, but he was quite similar to Atreus at this age. He adored his father, always wanted to do right by him, and was constantly frustrated that no matter what he did, he never could seem to succeed. He confided in me a lot, sought the comfort a father would have. I wonder if your son could benefit from that too.
He has befriended the other dwarf. The blue one's brother.
Oh. Well, if Sindri has that covered, I suppose there's no need for me in his life anymore, is there?
That is not what I meant.
That was sarcasm. What's this?
Ah, a memory of war. You can use this as a training arena if you like. You'll just be fighting the recollections of enemies. They won't be able to harm you.
Thank you.
Need something special? Family crests? I'll take them. Come back if you need more crap.
What is this?
Ravens, the ones we've been destroying. Odin's little spies.
Free are we, free of the Father,
father. Odin, I presume?
I don't know, but there's definitely something more going on here.
A gift of life, a gift in to smother forever the All-Father's breath.
Odin must have created these creatures. But how?
I haven't the foggiest. They came after my time with him. But perhaps we should continue to destroy any of Odin's ravens we find.
In life we hang, and we kneeled until you freed us with your steel.
So destroying the ravens free their spirits somehow. Good to know.
Free?
Well, free of Odin's control anyway.
Ready when you are. What? You just came to stare?
Come on, brother. Let's have it. You mentioned you had a favorite poem from your homeland. What was it about?
A cunning general. A war over forbidden love.
I believe I've heard of this one. Did it involve a horse that was not as it appeared?
Yes. But that is not what happened.
Oh, based on truth then. And you were there.
Yes. I prefer the poem.
Much of the sand has been cleared away, but another storm rages beyond that pass, which must mean
Another half-goofer.
odd. It looks as though the Light Elves sealed off this section of the Barrens. Why?
Luckily for us, a very considerate goddess has enhanced our magic chisel, and we can unseal it.
My, that is lucky.
The forbidden sands beyond.
Contested territory, according to Bela. And another storm to endure.
I remember when Freya and I traveled to this realm as children. The desert was healthy and full of life back then. I can't help but fear that era has ended for good and our efforts here are futile.
It's a fair concern. Healing this land will take more than a pair of singing half-goofer. But I have to believe, in the long run, we're doing right by Alfheim. Well, best we start looking for a way underground.
Keep a lookout for a cave! One more for the tree. Gufa must be under there! I hope Freyr will appreciate our work here in the desert. I wonder if he knows how poorly this realm has fared in his absence.
Aye. Hearing the Song of the Sands again is a rare privilege, even if it's only a solo act.
Or a duet, once this Hofgufa is free. This architecture. It is not of the Dark Elves.
An abandoned ancient settlement by the looks of it. Built long before the Lightwell's creation.
More hard matter as well.
I'd say we're on the right track then.
Blocked.
Could I reach it from down here? This kind of hive material is sensitive to sound. When I last came here with you and Atreus, I assumed the absence of Alfheim's life was an aberration. I didn't realize it was covered by hive matter.
Aye. And as far as the Dark Elves are concerned, it's that light column in the center of the temple that's the aberration. Just look at how old some of these surfaces are. Far older than the Lightwell, or even our trapped Hafgifa for that matter.
That's quite the empathetic perspective, Mimir.
Well, dangle from a burly god's backside for a few winters, and you'll find yourself looking for all sorts of new perspectives.
More high, but gentle. Well, there you go. Enemies to your left!
Brother! The wee bastard's about to explode!
Enemies to your left!
Poison left side!
Steady your guard! Steel Light elves don't often travel underneath the barrens, do they?
Territory changes hands often in Alfheim, or so it appears.
Big Beard did mention that these ruins have historical significance for the Light Elves. I assume they're only here to keep intruders out.
Well, at least they tried.
I suspect the corpse below would disagree. Good eye. Let's continue, shall we? Right side, it's coming! Right flank!
I hope freeing these Hofgufas will allow them to breed again. It was a dazzling experience. The skies of Alfheim filled with their song.
I imagine it's the lack of fresh light that's caused this pair to grow abnormally large. No use in having babies if there's nothing for them to feed on.
Trying to protect their children from a harsh world. I can relate.
process do you speak of?
The life cycle of the puppy. In order to breed, they must pass on their light to their children.
And without light, they will die.
I suppose that's all any of us can hope for in the end. That our death has purpose. That we can live on through our children. Given another chance, I know what choice I would make. Well done. Time to set it loose.
Aye, back to the surface then. Watch your left! Behind you, watch out! Brother, get up! Brother! Right side, brother! Right side, brother!
The pipe.
Used in many of Freyr's blessings, I imagine.
The fate of these creatures reminds me of a story.
Does it?
There once was a blacksmith whose king commanded him to construct a box that could contain all the evils of the world. But no metal could hold such a power. So the blacksmith used the flame of...
Kratos, is this a story meant to ease my grief?
Perhaps it is just a story. A way to pass the time.
I appreciate the sentiment, but... well, your stories...
What about my stories?
I wouldn't exactly call them a comfort.
Fair. Mimir is the better storyteller.
Now, don't sell yourself short, brother. You've come a long way from the days of laconic fables.
It's okay. Finish your story, Kratos.
The blacksmith's daughter was the key to unlocking the box. He died trying to protect her from those who would open it.
Well, at least it's a relatable story.
appears we've overstayed our welcome in our life.
Time to end this storm.
If my stories are of no comfort, take solace in knowing you did what you thought was best for your son's safety. Even these creatures know. There is little choice for a parent. You are not alone.
I'm not, am I? And now neither are they. Incredible.
Song of the Sands. Well, didn't know I could get misty. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Kratos. This land sings once more. We've done good here.
No rush to leave yet, is there? Who knows what kind of adventures await us in a freshly lit Barrens?
A statue of my brother. How quaint.
This statue may have survived Freya's absence, but a truce clearly did not. Monuments are useless to those who ignore their message.
He didn't create a truce through diplomacy alone. His godhood, his very presence is what healed this land and allowed peace to take root. But once he left, he had to have known what would happen.
Well, he had good reason to leave. Some jackass convinced his sister to marry a madman.
You said monuments are useless. Why restore this one?
It was hidden for some time. Perhaps now it can serve as a reminder.
Aye. Nothing reminds people of their history like chiseled, well-lit marble.
These crystals contain their own life.
You're right. Normally we'd have to provide our own. Perhaps slotting a crystal on the opposite side could shed some light on this mystery. Looks like we can read the inscription now as well.
The light from the crystals. It is in the sand now.
Would you look at that? Freyr's gift endures after all. Or should I say, his presence?
You are not funny.
Even when Freyr was actually here, the peace was fragile. Surely a bit of extra light in the desert isn't enough to make it last.
Before I met Faye, I could not imagine a life of peace. After her death, in our travels to Jotunheim, I found peace on my own. It remains my responsibility to make it last.
Perhaps the elves will find peace again one day, even without Freyr's guidance.
His presence continues to guide them, whether they realize it or not. Freya, here.
A dawn bloom. You have an interest in botanicals now?
This mentions a spell that puts trolls to sleep, and a magic relic that acts as a sort of counterspell.
Mimir, what did you mean when you said Frey was not exactly a guest of the Aesir?
I meant by the time they burned him, he'd been a prisoner for some time.
Another time. We must focus. Mimir, what did you mean when you said Frey was not exactly a guest of the Aesir?
I meant by the time they burned him, he'd been a prisoner for some time.
Not now.
Mimir, I never asked how it felt to lose your head.
What would you have me say? That it tickled?
Merely curious.
If you wish to derive some satisfaction from my pain, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. Kratos swung swift and true, didn't you, brother? I felt nary a scratch.
Shame.
Another key, eh? Sooner or later, we're gonna have to find a lock to put them in.
A light elf statue in the desert. Odd.
On top of ancient elven ruins? I'd have to agree. Ever written poetry of your own, brother?
No.
Well, ask a stupid question.
What is that?
A phantom! Rogue magic! Aim for the runic core!
Bloody hell, look at that thing!
It's vulnerable when it glows!
Nicely done! Keep on it!
Now! Attack the rune! Now! Attack the rune!
Need to take out those springs, brother!
That's it! Switching arrows!
Close in! Attack!
Now! Attack! Now! Attack!
Brother! Get up, brother!
What is that?
A phantom! Rogue magic! Aim for the runic core!
Bloody hell! Look at that thing!
It's vulnerable when it glows!
Close in! Attack!
The Alpha!
Brother, the strength! Hurry!
That's it! Alka!
Close in! Attack!
Switching arrows! Core is weakened! The Alpha! The Alpha!
Ah! Frozen! What now?
Core is weakened! The Alpha!
Attack!
The Alpha!
Give yourself an opening! Don't waste it! Brother, the springs! Hurry!
The Alpha!
Well, yet another gift of Fimbulwinter, I suppose.
The magic draining out of all of us has to end up somewhere.
Perhaps we can bring these two animals back to Vanaheim, or Midgard even. Becky and Svanna could use the company. We have kennels.
It would not go well for them. Once a predator becomes accustomed to a land, it is cruel to move them.
I suppose you're right. It just seems lonely out here.
It is peaceful. They have each other. It is enough.
Nasty hit! You alright, brother?
Sidor, throw your weapon at it!
Come on, get up, brother! Behind you, brother! Behind you, look out!
Something is coming, and it's not happy.
Come on, Kratos! Off your back!
Something is coming, and it's not happy.
I felt that one, brother!
Watch out for the scales! Here it comes!
Brother, get up! Brother!
Something is coming, and it's not happy.
The Alpha! Atreus! Kratos! Are you okay? Hold on, Kratos! Off your back!
Something is coming, and it's not happy.
Alpha! Alpha! Here it comes! Get back! Alpha!
Ah, that's a fine mess.
Something is coming, and it's not happy.
Watch out for the scales!
Brother, get up! Brother!
Something is coming, and it's not happy.
The Alpha! Afraid! Here it comes! The Alpha! The Alpha! It's charging! The Alpha! Here it comes! The Alpha! Out of the way! The Alpha! Move, move! The Alpha! Out of the way!
Your guess is as good as mine. Imprisoning a drake. Can't decide whether to be impressed or horrified.
Either way, it is over now. A token.
A badge of honor. The elves made a few of these. They'd hang them up outside their dwellings. Show their support for their relatives.
Yelfa! Come on, Kratos, get up!
You know, Freyr loved to breed Gulan pups in Vanaheim. I wonder if these two are the descendants of the Gulan who brought here long ago.
That explains how they got to the desert. Another gift for the Dark Elves.
Amir, what did you mean when you said Frey was not exactly a guest of the Aesir?
But enough of that for now.
Completed some new blueprints. I think you'll find them useful. Hope it's to your liking. What'll it be? May it strike true. Cool. Their deaths will be painless-ish. Whatever you need, I'll create. And in pristine condition, too. Glad to take that off your hands and wash it. Huh. That might be my best piece yet today. And it's covered in blood. Thanks. Happy to lighten your load. Sure, this'll be of some use. Now, where'd you find this? Oh, thanks. Glad to take that off your hands and wash it. And it's covered in blood. Thanks. Happy to lighten your load. Sure, this'll be of some use. Gonna keep it spatter-free this time, right? Kratos? What can I make for you? Now, just because you've got new armor doesn't mean you should let yourself get knocked around more.
Very well.
I wonder, how'd these two pups end up yoked to the sled?
Ever try flying in a sandstorm? I imagine Freyr showed the Dark Elves that Gulon could be trained to pull a plow. They must have found new uses for them once the sandstorm arrived. I imagine they're now bred to aid in traveling the surface.
Jewelry.
Oh? Put it on one of my horns. Let's see if I can pull it off.
No.
Light elf graves. An entire mausoleum. But why here and not in the temple?
A fair question.
With no clear answer.
An elven library.
An archive of knowledge.
No sign of the Light Elves.
For now.
Maybe they've left for the day. And we can browse at our leisure. So, these are the Valine schematics, eh?
You know of him.
Aye. One of the most gifted dwarven smiths around. Until he developed a conscience, anyhow.
This book is sealed, but there is an inscription. Console.
Big Veer spoke of an exile of the same name. Odds are he'd like a gander at that particular text.
All this knowledge of their ancestors, their shared history, poetry, just sitting here, forgotten. What a waste.
Yeah.
Ah, it appears the librarian would like a word.
Lata Frambog.
Sounds like she wants that journal back.
No.
The Alpha!
Nasty hit! You alright, brother?
The Alpha!
Brother! Get up, brother!
These texts alone are not enough to end the Elven War. But restricting their access only serves those who wish to prolong it.
Page out of Odin's book.
Aye. Quite the advantage for the Light Elves.
The Alpha! Shield strike now! The Alpha!
Ah, this is a fine mess.
These texts alone are not enough to end the Elven War. But restricting their access only serves those who wish to prolong it.
Taking a page out of Odin's book.
Aye. Quite the advantage for the Light Elves.
The Alpha! Skjelfa!
I felt that one, brother. Steel strike!
They're healing!
Yourself. Thought. Megivita. Helga brought him on.
She thinks she's protecting them by hiding all this knowledge away.
Our ally wishes to read this journal. We are taking the book.
I'm impressed. Thought you were going to end her.
When last we traveled here, after Faye passed, I killed an elf of great importance. The ramifications were dire for his people. I do not wish to make the same mistake twice. Here. What did you mean when you said Frey was not exactly a guest of the Aesir?
I meant by the time they burned it, he'd been a prisoner for some time. It was a mob of lesser Aesir, bitter and short-sighted, who tied him up and lit him aflame, as punishment for the sabotage they imagined him guilty of. Obviously, he survived. In fact, he used the opportunity to escape. But such an affront made war inevitable.
Freyr certainly wasn't the same after that. At least for a while. His carefree ways were replaced with nightmares, paranoia, and lashing out. It doesn't excuse what he said at my wedding, but I do understand where his anger came from.
More Draugr crawling out of the bloody ground.
Enemy behind you! Alpha!
Left flank!
Come on, Kratos, get up!
Brother, I had a thought. What if...
Prepare for a fight.
Alpha! Enemies to your left!
You're on fire, Kratos! It will pass! Freya, there's something I've always wanted to ask. What was it Hrimthur whispered to you?
Who?
Hrimthur, the son of Thormur, the stonemason, who disguised himself and built Asgard's wall.
Oh, yes. One of the many occasions Odin saw fit to involve me in a wager without my consent. I wish I could say that was the worst of his husbandly habits.
Enough. We will continue later. What is it, Mimir?
That's nothing, brother. Just... You ever have those moments where you wish you could go back, rewrite your own past, make different decisions?
Journeying through time is more trouble than it is worth.
Ah, fair point. You're speaking metaphorically, right?
No.
Of course you're not.
regret it, Mimir?
Most likely. What are we talking about in particular?
Giving up your body?
Do I regret exchanging my life for my freedom? That's a question I ask myself every day, my lady.
What about today?
Hey, glad to be out in the world. How else could I spend such quality time with you?
Okay, okay.
Now, if we could get back to the story of Hrimthur, the stonemason's son. I was hoping to get Freya's version of what happened.
There isn't that much to tell. I knew nothing of it at first, surely because Odin didn't expect to lose the bet. A mysterious mason had to build the entire wall in 3 turns of the season.
2! It was 2!
And if he was late, he'd be owed nothing. But if he succeeded, he was promised an audience with the queen.
Hold. We will finish later.
Sort of a harp. I can play beautifully, you know.
I do not, and would prefer it remain that way.
You know, I would have beaten you
What?
earlier, if Atreus hadn't been there.
Perhaps.
We could go again, find out for certain.
I would rather not.
I'll bet you wouldn't.
Freya, can we return to your story of Hrimthur? You said if he built Asgard's wall in time, he was promised an audience with you.
Yes. Or so I learned one day when Odin burst into our bedchambers, raging and half-drunk before noon, telling me to get dressed and go see what the Mason wants. So, off I went, not knowing what had truly been promised or expected. Dagger stashed in my robe for emergency. And this Mason, this giant in disguise.
His name was Hrimthur.
He just smiled to see me. And as you said, he whispered in my ear. He said the Aesir had killed his father, and he needed to know that one day they'd burn for it. I pointed out I was Aesir now too, technically. He gave me a look, as if he somehow knew better and continued.
Brother, wait. Do you notice that? Freya, you once revived a giant's corpse to a... Stop! Certain fight we won't talk about. Could you call on that power again?
Maybe. Do you have a massive giant's corpse for me to revive?
No?
Well, there you go.
So, Freya, if we might finish your story. How did Hrimthur intend to get revenge on the Aesir for killing his father? Did it have to do with Asgard's wall?
It did. He said he'd built in a structural flaw behind the Asgard realm tower.
I knew it! How do we make use of it?
Let this wait. Stay alert.
Freya, what you said about the flaw that Hrimthur built into Asgard's wall, did he explain how it works? How do we exploit it?
We don't. He said Surtur would know what to do. And if Surtur's approaching Asgard's wall...
Then it is already Ragnarok.
Aye, blast it. I hoped it might have given us another way.
Do we have to be here? Creeping me out, all these poor bastards with their souls cut up. You make up your mind. About time I had something to do. Let's do it. Take care now.
Like the father of all, we swung from the tree. Wisdom gained father, servitude gained we.
Swung from the tree.
What do you suppose that means?
And here I thought you were good with riddles.
I'll take those elven figurines, unless you got attached to them. Sure, I'm open.
Can this lock be opened without damaging the book? The elves in Freya's camp wish to read it.
Brock never met no lock he couldn't lick. I'll get her open where it needs getting. Oh, Blunda sends her love. Bless her spotted heart.